Okay, welcome to UK Paranormal Search, and this is night 3 here at the old Abbey. We're about 50 miles from London. I'm actually now up in the attic room, so I'm just going to spend a little bit of time up here, see if anything does happen. So say we're right at the top of the building now. That's my foot. You can hear that, as you can see by the floorboards, are so creaky. They're very wooden. Everything in this house is wood, so any movement, if it isn't me, I will tell you. I'm going to try and stand perfectly still. There's nobody here now, nobody up here, so I'm just going to give it a little call out, see if anything happens. Okay, if there's any spirit people with me up in this attic now, anybody that wishes to communicate with me, I'm asking you with the utmost of respect for you to come and do something. You're quite welcome. Now that's the Paranormal radio, so that's just gone off. So I don't know why that would have gone off. It was just like a bit of interference, but we'll leave it for now and see what happens. You know, it could be somebody on another channel, but to be honest with you, we are actually in the middle of nowhere. So don't know who would be calling in a PMR range, to be honest, but you never know. And it's just done it again. If that's you interfering with the radio, can you make that noise again? Can you make it shush, that radio? Can you do it now? Can you set that little radio off near the mirror? Okay, we'll just ignore that for now. But again, if there's anybody from the Abbey that used to reside here, any fathers when this was a monastery, can you come forward? Give me a sign that you're here. Can you move something in this room maybe? Can you make a noise? Again, that's my foot you can hear. Can you maybe tap? Can you tap in this room? Can you talk through that little device where the mirror is? There's a little device near my torch with a yellow light on. You can go and talk through that and maybe say your name. You're quite welcome. That's the it's not, as I say, it was the door at the attic, but it isn't. I just have to be careful because it is quite dark in here, and I've got to be careful because it, as you can see in parts, it is quite low headroom as well. That's the door leading to the attic. Okay, can you maybe move the door latch near the attic, where the attic door is? Can you lift the latch? If you want me to leave, then lift the latch and open the door. I will leave if you do that, I promise. That's the other side of the attic there. So that's the PMR radio that went off before for whatever reason. I'm not saying it was ghostly, but there you go, just telling you what's happened. There's some coat hangers on a rail. Could you make them move? Can you make them sway? If you can hear that, I think that's a plane going into Luton Airport. We're about 50 miles from London, so there is a little bit of air traffic around here. I think it's picking it up on camera, but that's a plane you can hear. So if there's a spirit person, a spirit monk or anybody else in this room that wishes to come forward and communicate with me, then you're quite welcome. Can you make a sound in this room? Can you come and touch me? Can you move something? Maybe hear your voice? The only thing I can say that's happened in this room was I was in that bed there on night 2 and I woke up in the morning and I felt I heard that something had been dragged, like a chair or something. I don't know what it was, but I was half asleep as well, so maybe I did dream it, but that's the only thing that happened. That's my foot again. It's so creaky. Any movement on this floor you will hear. So say this is night 3 now. Night 1 didn't do much in here because by the time you get settled in and that, nothing happened. We had a bit of a call out on night 1 like I'd explained, but nothing happened. Last night I did a live feed from here onto the Facebook channel, and again it was so quiet last night. Nothing happened whatsoever. It was very quiet. So this is the last night now, so if nothing happens tonight, we haven't got anything, so I'm just hoping something does happen. As I say, I can't even say up till yesterday there's been a maybe. You know, sometimes you go to these buildings and you know you get a couple of maybes obviously, but tonight there's been absolutely nothing that's gone on up to now. So it's been really quiet. You know, that's the truth, unfortunately. You know, I'm not going to bullshit you. Nothing has happened. You know, this building dates back to the 11th century. This is only a part of the monastery abbey that's left. This little part of the building here. But as I say, it was a massive big complex. We're actually in the middle of a field, in the middle of nowhere. There's a farmhouse just across the way. No main road really nearby. Sometimes you can hear a little bit of traffic on the main road, but you have to listen carefully for it. So, just trying to explain to you exactly where I am. But again, tonight nothing's happened up to now, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll carry on for a little bit longer. Hopefully we'll get something. So what I've done now, I've moved the chair out. If you can move the chair back under the table, if that was the chair that moved the other night, I'm not saying it was, but if that was you trying to move something in this room, can you do it now? Can you move that chair for me? Can you maybe make it rock? Drag it across the floor. Or move anything in this room, anything at all. That made me jump off the radio again. What I'm gonna do, Alan's downstairs on the ground floor. I'm actually up in the attic, so I'm just gonna call him and see if he's getting the same interference on his radio as I am up here. Because really, if I'm picking it up, so should he. Alan's not picking anything up downstairs, but I've got to be aware I am higher up, so maybe I'm picking a signal up because I'm higher. I don't know, but we'll keep our eye on it. He's moved his radio. He's going to put it on top of the wardrobe, so his radio is a little bit higher. But one of the phenomena in this old Abbey House is that there was a film crew in here, and the radio microphones, the batteries just kept dying on them. Cellular phones apparently just drain and die very quickly. I can't say I've had that problem since I've been here over the 2 nights, so I can't back that up. My batteries have been absolutely fine, so I don't know about that one. So I'm calling out again to any man, woman or child, or especially any monks here that wish to come and communicate. Please come forward. Just do something in this room, anything at all. Can we hear your voice? If I whistle, can you whistle back? Can you whistle back for me? Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. Again. I just can't believe how quiet it is. And it's weird, this place, because if anybody's walking in the room above you, any noise, any movement of your foot you would hear. It's the loudest house of people walking around. But what's strange is when everybody's just still and not moving, there's no wood noises at all. There's no creaks in the night when the heating goes down. There's no wood cracking. It's so quiet, and that's what's weird. So if there was any spirits here, or anybody walking above us that was from the spirit world, you definitely would hear them. And this place has been so quiet. There's been absolutely nothing, no creaking when everybody's still. And to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you the truth now, this is probably the most least active place I have ever been. It's so cozy. I feel so at home. I feel so peaceful here. I'm in the attic now, in the total pitch black. Doesn't bother me. I sleep in here. Feel absolutely fine. You know, and sometimes, like on night one, when you first get to a location like this, when you're not used to it, you are a little bit, sometimes a little bit apprehensive the first night you go to bed. I never really had that feeling at all. It's strange. I've never had such a peaceful vibe in a house. Now whether that's going to change by the end of the night, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But there's been absolutely nothing at all that's happened. Nothing. So if there is a spirit with me in this room, if there is spirits here, like allegedly a lot of people say there's been ghost sightings, things have happened to people, can you walk behind me? Can you show yourself in light behind me? Can we maybe hear you chanting? Singing? Anything at all? Yeah, there's only so much you can ask for, so much. The radio did go off again for a split second before I stopped recording. That went off just very sporadically for about 3 seconds. But as I say, I'm higher in the top of the building, so maybe it's picking a better signal up on what my brother's is, because he's on the ground floor. But yeah, there's ghost stories attached to this place, and you know, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. And it's getting to the stage now where it's quite frustrating, because we haven't even had the possibility, or sometimes you think to yourself, what was that? And sometimes it's a maybe. We've had none of that, none at all. It's the most peacefulest house that I've ever been in. You know, maybe we're just unlucky. Maybe you just have to be in the right place at the right time. Or maybe it's all a load of bull. So if there is any spirits here that wish to prove me otherwise, because I don't think anybody exists in this building. I don't think there's any spiritual activity that goes on in here. Can you come and prove me wrong? Do something in this room. Let's hear your movement. It's as quiet as it's been the last 2 nights, as I say. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was just being quiet then, just to prove how quiet this house is now, how quiet the area is outside. There's nothing. You can't hear a pin drop inside the house or outside the house. And sometimes you get that feeling, you get that feeling that something's too quiet. Even like when you go outside at night, there's not a lot of bird noises either. It's weird, because there's loads of trees around here, there's loads of fields, and there's hardly any noise outside either, with wildlife. Or I heard one owl hoot twice since I've been here. And like where I live at home, where it's a little bit more residential, the owl hoots every night. There's no noises inside the house or outside the house. It's strange. As I say, this where we are now, outside the monastery was attached to this, and there's loads of little other complexes as well in the fields, and you can still see the foundations of where the old monastery was, even though it's all covered up now with grass, but it's all hicklety-picklety and bumpy and everything else. And you can see bits from where the old building used to be as well. So what I'm going to do, I think now, we'll go down the staircase, see if anything happens down there. Then I'm going to have a little break, and then I'm going to go into one of the rooms downstairs where the big fireplace is, and hopefully we'll get something down there. So I'll see you on the staircase. So we're just on the staircase now. This the spiral staircase, that's where I've just been, up into the attic, and this leads down now. There was somebody did put on the Facebook page that I took some pictures of the windows, and somebody said he saw a hand that was on the window. Now whether it was just a case of pareidolia, it probably was a bit of reflection maybe. But you can see something, but as I say, whether it's spiritual, I don't think it is, to be honest. I don't think it's a ghost. It could have been that window, I can't actually remember which one I took the photograph of. But if there's any spirits here that wish to show themselves near the window, anybody at all, then please come forward and maybe show yourself in light around that window. If you walk towards me, I will hear you because of the floors are so creaky. So if anybody wishes to come down now from above or from below and make yourself be known by hearing your footsteps, you're quite welcome to come forward. So this place dates back to the 11th century. That's how old it is. It really is old, and the grounds outside, they're so old as well. So you can imagine when you look back about all the things that have gone on, not only this building but the land outside as well. Amazing bit of history really. Can you make a sound for me on this staircase? Can you come forward? Make yourself be known. Anything you can do, come forward and do it. If there's any monks here, any monks that still reside in this building for whatever reason. Some people say that they've seen you and heard you. A lot of people have reported door latches going as well. Can't even say we've had that since we've been here, to be honest. It's one of the most quietest places I've ever investigated. Ever, probably the quietest I've ever done since I started doing these investigations. But as I say, I'll always tell you the truth. I'll always tell you the truth how I feel. And like I say, I feel so peaceful here, so calm, and nothing has happened. It's one of the quietest buildings I have ever investigated. It's the quietest building until you move anyway, and then it's quite noisy. So what we'll do, we'll go down a little bit further. So I'm just going to put the torch on because it is quite narrow, the staircase. I think these, some of these, this bit of wood here is original. I'm not sure if it's original or not, but we'll just zoom in. They're really, really old, as you can see. These have been redone, I think, in new wood, but if you look down there, I think they are quite original. I don't know. I can't say that for definite, but it just gives you that impression. So we'll go a little bit further down. Little sash window there, look. Bloody window, sorry. Just look at the window, they are quite gothic still. Go to another staircase, so it is quite a long way up to the top, to be honest. So we're not far now from the door at the bottom. So if there's anybody that wishes to move the door latch, apparently you've done it before. If you want to move the door latch to outside, if you don't want me here, can you either knock on the door down there, or can you lift the latch? Can you do that for me? And again, nothing at all. So what we'll do, we'll go down a little bit further and I'll just show you the entrance and see if we get anything in that little bit, and from there we'll go into the other room. So that's the main door that goes to outside. And people say about a door latch, but I think sometimes you put that door latch up there, it doesn't always come down straight away. And I think sometimes people go out, they forget it's up, and then all of a sudden, see there now, it's stopped. And then that door latch will just drop by itself. Maybe that's what people are hearing when they hear door latches. That's my theory anyway. I don't think it's anything paranormal whatsoever going on. There's the old staircase again. So we're actually at the bottom now of the Abbey. So let's try this door latch and see if anything happens. So if there's anybody with us that wishes to move that door latch, people say that they've heard this door latch go up and down, then could you do that for me now? Move that door latch, knock on that door. If I knock on this door, can you knock back? I'll knock 3 times. Can you knock back? And just as I thought, nothing. There's also been reports that the staircase there behind me, as you go up into the next level, a couple of people have reported that the door actually slams shut really loud. I can't really explain that because it's not a door that sort of slams, so I can't verify that it's happened to me, but that's what some people have reported. Now and again the door will actually slam shut, but it's on a bit of a spring, so it doesn't really, if you let it go, it doesn't slam forward. I tried that, so if that door has slammed on somebody, I don't really know what's going on there, but as I say, night 1 quiet, night 2, if anybody tuned in on the live feed, was quiet, and tonight is just as quiet as it has been the last 2 nights, unfortunately. So what I'll do, I'll have a quick break, and then what I'll do, I'll go into the other room where the big open fireplace is, and give it one more try in there before we wrap this video up. Okay, so I'm now down in the ground floor, room. That would have been the original main entrance to the house, that room there. And if you go through there, turn right, there's a door that leads to outside. So that's where the original door would have been for the house, or this part of the monastery. So we'll give it a go in here before we wrap this video up and see if we can get anything. Let's give you a view of the room. Really big open fire there, as you can see. Beautiful fireplace. It is now blocked off. I've actually just had a look with my torch. It's now blocked off, that chimney, so it's not in use at all. But if you look in daylight, you can see where all the smoke used to be on the chimney breast. It's just thick black. So okay, if there's any monks with us in this room, any men of the cloth, anybody religious here that wish to come and communicate with me, can you please show yourself near the fireplace? Maybe in light or shadow. Apparently there has been a figure seen. I think it was this room where somebody said they'd seen a figure. I'm not 100% sure which room it was. I think it was this room, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you can show yourself near the fireplace, please. Any monks that are here, who are still in this house for whatever reason, in this part of the abbey, can you show yourself? Can you show yourself in light around the fireplace? Can you maybe knock near the fireplace if you were here? You can communicate. Can you maybe show yourself near the chair? What I might do, sometimes it's worked. I know when I did the old hospital a few weeks ago, we played some hymns in the chapel area, and we heard a couple of noises. Now whether it was just coincidence, which it possibly could have been, I don't know, but sometimes if you try and recreate something of the day, sometimes it stirs the energy up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a little bit of music, a little bit of monk's music, chanting, and see if it does anything, and then give it 5 minutes after the music's finished, and then call this a night, I think. So what we'll do that now. If you're liking this music, come and show yourself in light around this chair where I am sat, or walk past me in shadow form, or knock in this room. If you're enjoying this music. Okay, if that's something you enjoyed listening to, if that was music that maybe you could relate to, if you enjoyed that, or if you'd like us to play a little bit more music. Can you knock? Can you make a sound? There's a knock out there. That's the heater. She wants to play some more music for you. Rap on one of these doors, move something in this room, show yourself around this chair. Show yourself in light in this room, anything at all. There's also been a lot of reports from different people within this building, people actually hearing a bell also. Now, I was outside the other day and in the distance there was bell ringing practice going on. Now, whether that's what they were hearing, I'm not really sure, because I have no verification of what time they actually heard, people have heard these bells, but possibly it could be that they've been hearing, I don't know. A lot of people have reported of a bell being heard. So I'm going to ask you one last time. If you would like me to play some more music, or you related to that music, or you enjoyed that music, can you show yourself in light in this room, or give us some kind of sign that you are here, that you enjoyed that music? I played it for you. I played it for the monks of this abbey, out of total respect. If you want us to play some more, then come close and give me some type of sign. And again, nothing. So to be honest, I'm going to leave the investigation there. You know, I've been here 3 nights now and I've nothing else to relate to because it's been so quiet. Nothing has happened in conclusion, nothing at all. I've had no babies, I felt so peaceful here. So we're going to call it a day. Sorry that I can't bring you anything else, but there's nothing else to tell you, that's the truth. And like I say, I will always bring you the truth. So in a few weeks' time, my next investigation, I will be returning to Newsham Park Hospital. Now this is a place I went to about maybe 10 years ago. Again, this is a building where loads of people get lots of activity. Some people won't set foot in the place. I'm hoping to get some alone time there, to be honest. So hopefully we'll bring you some type of video from the hospital. But last time I was there, to be honest, I didn't get anything personally. I know other people within the group I was with got quite a bit of stuff, but for me personally, I didn't get anything. So thanks for watching the video, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so and hit the notification bell. We've got loads of videos coming up this year, loads of locations that are planned, so hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other episodes that we actually